What's up, everybody? Welcome to Underground Crypto. Sorry we're running a little bit behind tonight. You know, it's holidays. It is crazy everywhere. Thank you for being here, Watchmen, that one guy, Melissa, Blues guy, Camsta. Hopefully he saw that we were starting a little bit later tonight. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for being here. Said, dude, that background is amazing. I appreciate you saying that. And let's go ahead and hop right into things. And here we are at the Crypto Bubbles, where we always do start off. Let me get over to it on my end here. All right, so we got Curve up 10%. Who had that on the Christmas bingo pumper today? Let's see, from 34 to 38, only 10% pump, nothing crazy. And what are we bullish? Are we bearish? What is everybody feeling like? I know a lot of people have been trading in the Discord group. How you guys been doing? Hope all of that has been going well for you. Said traversing through the back rooms of crypto. I love it. Yeah, and the new countdown screen is really cool. I've enjoyed putting that together. All right, so Aave is down 6.4%. I believe Camsta was taking some Aave, long, shorts? What were you doing, Camsta? Rain is down 6%. Fast Token is down 11.8%. Canton Network One that we've been watching a while, 9.1%, beat down 8.6%. You see a common theme here. A lot of things are down, you know, between 6 and 10%. I don't see anything in, oh, well, I guess Fast Token is down a little more than that, but Meme Core is down 9%. Let's move down another 100. Check it out. Humanity pumped 40% today from 14 cents all the way to 21 cents. That one guy says bank coin. I hear you. I see you. I will check that out. We've looked at it before too, but that doesn't mean I won't go over it again. Trade I've been in all day. Whoa, what happened? I got one of those mouses with way too many buttons on it. So CVX, Convex Finance, is up 9.6% today. Zero Gravity Labs up 6.1%. And I mean, the big one that sticks out here obviously is Humanities. The Beacon up 5.6, Kite up 4.2. Look at Jasmine getting a little 4.5% pump. It's about time on that coin. If you know, you know. Let's pop down another 100. We won't go any farther than this. Jelly is up 26.1%. Let me get the chat out of the way. Shout out to anybody who's rolling in here. We're just kicking off. Smash that like button and subscribe if you're here. I would greatly appreciate that. Piverse, if one of the mods could throw the link to the Discord in the chat, I'll pin it. Otherwise, it's in the description, right? Piverse up 27.5%. Alio up 12.7%. And let's go ahead and get on to our number rundown of the day. Bitcoin right now at 88,432. The overall crypto market at $3.08 trillion. So holding above that 3 trillion. We had dipped below 3 trillion of the total market for a while. Kamsa said, I tried some longs today, got wrecked. Was not a good day of trading for me, man. I'm sorry to hear that. What were you trading? Were you trading Aave? It's breaking out as we speak finally. Okay, are you talking about bank coin, I'm assuming? So we'll go, I'll get right to that in a minute, that one guy. Okay, let's run over our numbers here. Bitcoin, $88,488. Ethereum, $3,016. Tether, still 99 cents. Who would have thought? BNB, $858. XRP, $1.90. Solana, $1.26. Dogecoin, 13 cents. Cardano, 37 cents. And get through a lot of these wrapped assets. Chainlink, $12.60. Monero, $460. XLM, 22 cents. Zcash, $430. Hyperliquid, $24.75. Sui, $1.46. Avalanche, $12.45. HBAR, 11 cents. And let's go see where Flare's at. Flare back in the top 100. It is number 100. That's cool to see. I don't know if Blues Guy is here with us tonight or not. I'm pretty sure he's playing a show. I think he's going to be live at some point. Thank you for putting that in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and go pin that. All right. So now the description. Now the link to the Discord is pinned in the chat. Appreciate you, Melissa, for doing that for me. We have the best mods around here. All right, so CryptoRank says that the Fear and Greed Index is up to 24. Let me hit this drink over here. All right, so it says yesterday we were at 25. I don't think I looked at it yesterday. I was at a family Christmas party kind of thing. So, and of course I totally forgot that I had to go to it. So I didn't let anybody know till the last minute. I'm sorry, guys. I will do better on that. So 24. And yeah, we're higher than we were a week ago. That's for sure. As far as the Fear and Greed Index goes, I believe, what do we get up to? 29 at some point. So maybe that's not true. Today it kicked my butt, but I live to fight another day. Yeah, exactly. As long as you didn't get liquidated for all your money, you can come back at it another day, right? All right, so what is trending? Let's go to CryptoRank first. I kind of want to keep it in order how we normally do it. No, not TimeFi. That's not what I meant. We know Piverse is TimeFi. Always surprised to see that Piverse is getting, or TimeFi and stuff is getting so much attention. So trending today, Aave, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Zcash, Monad, Canton Network, Pudgy Penguins, Pi Network, Fartcoin, Uniswap, BitTensor, Pippin. Pippin's still down 17.6% in the last 7 days. Avalanche, Midnight, and Solana. Midnight is up 61.3%. That looks like one to really take a look at. I just noticed on the chart when I was looking at it. Let's see, what do we hit it on? Like the monthly? Where does it narrow down at? It's a pretty new token. Kind of almost looked like an asymmetrical triangle there that decided to, they like fake broke out for a second and then just now it's, you know, now it's crashing the other direction. All right. 1.6 billion in market cap. No, this is not a TA channel. Bankroll. Measly 120, so say it ain't so. Is Light still around, or is it gonzo after the rug? So what rug? BitLight? There's a couple that have Light in their name, or in their ticker, I should say. So that's what's trending. Nothing on CoinGecko that we don't already know about, so I'm not going to really dive into any of those, but we have a few over on CryptoRank I see already, like Blockstreet, that I would be eager to kind of get into and take a look at. So over here we got Blockstreet, Ica. That sounds super familiar. I know I've been over it, but I forget where it is. Is that in the Sui network? All right, we're going to find out. KuCoin token. Is that like the official KuCoin token? All right, that's weird to see it trending. High Street, Angelic, Shift, STFX, Belladex, Polkadot, Gate token, Rain, which we know what Rain is. We've been over it a bunch. Nexo, Canton Network, Cosmos, Hub, PayPal USD, BNB, Curve, DAO, and Midnight. So let's run through some of those first. Let's look at Blockstreet. Says Light, I believe, got rugged yesterday. That's very interesting. Let me pull that up, actually. Let's see, which one of these tabs do I want to get rid of here? We'll do this one. Here, I'm going to pull it up in just a second. Let me find it first. Light. And yeah, okay, so I got the right one. We'll pull it up. I got spot on MEXC. And yeah, I would agree. It definitely does look like a rug. Let's see. An hour. Oh, yeah, I'll pull this up so everybody can see it. I'm in TradingView right now if you're wondering what the heck I am doing. Check this puppy out. So, yeah, Light just completely rugged. It went from, what, $4.86 down to 90 cents? I mean, I'm almost surprised that it's not lower than that, right? I'm surprised that's all it fell. Let's pull it to, like, the 4 hour. It'll look a little better. So, I mean, on the chart, the lowest it had ever been was, like, 47 cents, and that was, like, back when it first started. Yeah, I don't know. Some giant whale must have sold out of it. I mean, BitLight is not something I was super... I wasn't super bullish on BitLight. One thing I would say is that it's Bitcoin DeFi, and Bitcoin DeFi, it's always hard to get Bitcoin DeFi coins to really run. There was a lot of new things in Bitcoin DeFi that seemed to have a lot of promise to them. And BitLight was one of them that I was surprised to see pumping. So because of that, I saved myself because I stay away from those a lot of the time because of that, because they never really get the follow through for me when I'm looking at them. Well, sad to see, but in this industry, I mean, come on. It happens all the time, right? Devs holding the majority of the coins, just all sold. Yeah. Lighter, token generation event coming soon. Okay. Yeah, so light, you have light, which is BitLight, and then you have lighter. And then it says my boy long the bottom of light. Yeah, when you say lighter, you mean the decentralized exchange lighter, right? Just funny you're saying both of those so close to each other. Did he sell in time? Long the bottom. Bank broke out. Yes. Nice. Okay, let me pull up Bank real quick. Sorry, I meant to do that before we got into anything else. If you're just rolling in, smash that like button for me. And let me make sure I got the right ticker here. You wanted Bank or Banker? So obviously those are, yeah, he says Bank Coin. Yeah, so that would be ticker BNKR. Yeah, lighter. All right, 16 million. Banker coin, we've taken a look at it before. Trying to remember when we were looking at it. Was it the 402 narrative? Is that what it was? Yeah, X402 ecosystem. That's why we were looking at this coin at one point. It's in the Clanker ecosystem, it says. I like that because I own some Clanker, of course. Bank has a huge red candle now. I'm way zoomed out on it, so I'll get to that point here. December 9th, 2024. Says no, the other one, Bank. Okay. When you said Banker coin, that's literally the name of this one, so I got confused. My bad. All right, let's go to Bank. Lorenzo Protocol. Let's do that. 19.8 million in market cap. Max Chart says this thing came out April 17th, 2025 with 2.1 billion in max supply, but only 425 million in circulating supply. Has a BNB contract. And let's see, what does it give us? Not a whole lot. Liquid staking and BTC Fi. Okay. Well, we just saw BitLight rug hard in the Bitcoin DeFi category, so hopefully that doesn't affect anything. Let's roll into like the 7-day here. So you've been on a little bit of a tear from 3 cents all the way to where we are now, which is 4 cents. Middle of the ground, 4 cents, 0.0468. And let's go ahead and take a look at their website. But before I do that, I like to look at the Twitter, see what kind of attention we're getting behind this. Banking on chain. Yeah, a lot of people talking about this kind of narrative for a long time. Pretty much almost everything in the financial world of blockchain, right? 202.9 thousand followers. So USD1 plus OTF now live on mainnet. That's their pin post, right? Yep. 288,000 impressions from July 21st. So that was a while ago, but they do have more impressions than their followers. So obviously a great ratio. They did some kind of giveaway here. This was December 12th, so not as far away, not as long ago as basically the pin post. Only 21,000 impressions though. Let's see, today is the 22nd. So it's been like 10 days. This is the final tweet. How very dramatic. The attention is good on the pin post, but in a lot of other these posts, it's a little lackluster for sure for how many impressions they have, or how many followers, sorry. Doesn't look like they get that many impressions on a regular basis. All right, let's pop over to the website, check that out. Best USD1 yield, powered by WLFI, that is World Liberty Finance, the leading USD1 yield product, now enhanced through our strategic partnerships with World Liberty Financial, backed by RWA, quantitative trading, and DeFi protocols. So this is in that World Liberty Finance ecosystem. I feel like that helps it a little bit. That helps the narrative. Really, BNB contract. Oh, I didn't know that. This coin candled up to 0.15 not long ago. So it was 15 cents at one point. Does this reflect that? Let's go to the max chart. Yeah, it was as high as 17, and that was on October 9th. It was almost 18 cents on October 19th, 2025. That would be its all-time high. It's really not been anywhere close to that most of the other time. So then after October, it had a really hard dip. So if this coin's going to do well, I guess now would be a good entry, but it just depends on what kind of, nothing I say is financial advice. Everything is my opinion and speculation. I would never give you financial advice, but if you really believed in this coin long term, whatever long term is for you, then I would say these are probably good prices. But that's kind of the entire altcoin market in general right now. Institutional grade on-chain asset management. So this is what are our categories here? Is financial, obviously. You can niche it down to institutional asset management. So not really for me and you so much. These are for the big boys. And they do, says launch app up here. So this is like their Web 2 version of the internet. And then when you click launch app, you should be kind of in a Web 3 version. It says it's not available in your location yet. Stay tuned. That's interesting. With them working with World Liberty Financial, I have a feeling it'll be usable in America at some point, right? You got OTF, over the counter, DeFi protocols like PancakeSwap, and many other ones here. So what is there to really get a lot of excitement about for retail? Not a whole lot, but that's not what moves the market at this point, right? We have the big whales and the big boys in the market now, so you don't have to worry about it being super retail appetizing, I guess. That's the word I'm looking for. Lost for words there a little bit. All right, so that's bank. Let's see. I'd like to pull it up on a chart that's a little bit smaller here. Nothing really popping out at me like crazy. Looks like an inverted head and shoulder maybe. Gives you a very small move. Again, if you love TA, definitely hang out with us at the Crypto Lifer stream in the mornings, Monday through Friday, 10:15 p.m. New York time. And all right, let's get back over to where we were. So Block Street, this is something new that's coming out. It's raised 11.5 million. Block Street is a DeFi protocol focused on tokenizing stock utility. Makes sense. It enables decentralized lending, leverage, and yield generation without intermediaries. Block Street supports multi-chain development and is built around the USD1 stablecoin. So there we go. That's that same USD1 coin here, offering infrastructure for projects across DeFi payments. Okay, so you get the idea. Who they raised this 11 million hack VC. Let's see if we can get an ecosystem, Monad ecosystem. And the USD1 is, as far as I know, pretty much only native to World Liberty Finance. Like, that's their stable coin. So keep that in mind when you see USD1, right? We do have a Twitter for this token, although there's no token generation event yet for this Block Street. So be on the lookout for that. Again, it is financial. 81.8 thousand followers, unified liquidity layers for tokenized assets. Blanking on the name of the organization. There's a lot of people who've talked about, projected how much money is going to be in tokenized assets, real world assets, if you will. And it's projected out, 2030, 2028, there's different projections, but the real takeaway from that is it's a lot of money that they're predicting to come into RWA's tokenized assets by 2030 at least. So we're excited to announce our 11.5 million fundraiser led by Hack VC. That got 600,000 impressions from October 9th. Surprised more of those impressions didn't follow, but I'm sure some of those followers came from that. Hey, what's up, Chris Goes? Or Chris Goss, that's what I believe it's supposed to be. Says, underground live doing work. Who's surprised? Not me. Man, I appreciate you saying that. That's awfully nice of you, brother. Long live the lifers, right? So here's Block Street. They got a little bit of attention going for them. I like to see their pin post got so much attention. Let's go back and hit up the website and take a look at that. This is a coin that doesn't have a token generation event. It's USD1, which we know is World Liberty Finance Ecosystem, right? They're the ones who issue that. So keep all these things kind of in your mind. Hopefully you can begin to categorize it. Hopefully if there's one thing on this channel you're starting to kind of pick up, it's how to categorize the coins in your mind so that you can start being able to quickly recall what they are when you see them. And again, we're all over it. This token hasn't even generated yet. Like, the token's not out yet. Unified liquidity layers for tokenized assets, multi-asset, cross leverage, unified isolated liquidity from your tokenized asset. If anything, what they're saying and stuff is kind of reminding me a lot of the bank coin we were just looking at. A lot of people rushing to do a lot of this. Remember, liquidity is kind of first before anything gets big. And right now we're just seeing tons of stablecoin, financial stuff, liquidity providers. A lot of what you're staking and stuff is all about is them getting liquidity to have a robust ecosystem where you can do things because the liquidity is there. Keep that in mind. A dynamic system for tokenized value. The liquidity engine powers two-way conversion between yield-bearing assets and instant liquidity, optimizing capital efficiency. And let's see, did we get an ecosystem for this thing? Was this Monad? Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I thought that was the last token. This is on Monad, which is cool to see. Monad getting things built on it being relevant. I mean, look at some of these secured by Pith, Binet, Chainlink. Chainlink being the Oracle Chainlink. They have a lot of big names here. Apple, Nvidia, Ondo, like the things you'd want to see. Tesla. I mean, anybody could put these there. So when they say trusted by the best, how do they trust them? How are they affiliated? Those things we don't really have answers to. Chain abstracted liquidity. So chain abstraction, something we've talked about at great lengths. Tomorrow will be a more dialed in. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are our big IQ raising events, as that is kind of the point of this channel. Monday is a fun little check-in, and we just kind of really spend a lot of time deep diving what's trending and whatever anybody wants to go over. So why I'm saying that is because you never know what the topic of the day is going to be. So chain abstraction, hopefully you guys have learned a lot about that from those IQ raising events. Composable primitives, cross-chain settlement, automated risk engine, collateralized swap lines, a lot of interesting stuff here. Users already earning 2.8 million plus transactions. So Monad getting built out. Monad getting a lot of interesting stuff. It says we can launch. Just says access restricted. Man, it feels like everything we go to, we're not allowed to access for some reason. Not cool. What do we got? Monad, the future of crypto. Monad, Mel will tell you. I hope so. Yeah, exactly. Yep, we know that Melissa has got herself a bag of Monad. So ICA, XD Wallet Network. Do I sense some rebrand? Okay, so I was right. This is SWI. I remember this from my SWE deep dive, which did a long time ago actually at this point. So SWE blockchain, ZK proofs, proof of stake. Launchpad is gate.io, it looks like. So ICA XD Wallet Network is the parallel MPC network offering sub-second latency, scale and decentralization and zero trust security. There is a token, 25.3 million in the market cap. All-time high was 516 million. So just like so many things, it is kind of fallen in price action. That's nothing new at this point in crypto, right? See what other information can we pull out of here. Don't look like anything else interesting. Let's go look at their Twitter. So they have two different Twitters. One for D-Wallet Labs, but I'm pretty sure D-Wallet Labs was what they rebranded from, right? So the fastest parallel MPC network, the squid market, it says. Obviously, like an octopus is kind of their symbol here, which makes sense. SWE means like water in Japanese or something like that. And so everything is water themed. Every asset you own should be yours anywhere on any chain without asking permission from a bridge, a custodian, or a wrapper. 34,000 impressions from December 4th. 178.2 thousand followers. Honestly, don't see a lot of things in the SWE ecosystem just getting a ton of hype, right? Just staying on top week after week after week. I don't see a lot. So I'll be looking out for this ICA. Let's go to their website, see if we can get a little bit better idea of what they are. Although I have a little bit of an idea from the deep dive that I've done. So the fastest parallel MPC network. ICA is the first sub-second MPC network scaling to 10,000 throughput per second and hundreds of signer nodes with zero trust security, powering multi-chain coordination on SWE blockchain. So it sounds like they're trying to build some infrastructure. Again, it's a website with words on it. We don't really know. We don't really know how much they've actually done that. It just says like dang near the same thing over again. So it gets a little repetitive here. Unrivaled throughput. So they're fast, right? That's what they want you to know. Like they're quick. Minimal latency. A ton of throughput. Extremely scalable. I mean, they're really zero trust security. That's the only thing different. The first three are really saying the exact same thing. So current MPC solutions are slow and limited, support only 4 to 8 nodes, and require user trust. Scaling to 10,000x higher throughputs and hundreds of nodes sign sub-second signatures with zero trust security, ICA sets a new standard for MPC networks. SWE plus ICA orchestrating Web3. So, you know, is this kind of going to be one of the premier infrastructure projects on SWE? Could be. When we deep dive the SWE ecosystem, this was definitely one of the projects that seemed like they were building the most, right? Well, the fact that projects are already beginning to build on it is good. I wonder how many projects are built on SWE. We'll have to do another SWE deep dive here soon. There isn't one exact number, but SWE ecosystem hosts over 170 tokens for dApps, with figures varying slightly by tracker. Yeah, and how many tokens are like officially on SWE is not really what's important. It's which ones are big, have some kind of community, and actually building something. So we'll do another SWE ecosystem deep dive. Hundreds of projects are building on Monad, with sources citing over 240 to 300 plus projects across DeFi, NFT infrastructure. Nice. I like how Camsta's really come in with the information, a lot like how Blues Guy would a lot of times do. And yeah, and the same thing, Monad's new, right? Monad has a lot of that kind of fresh car smell all over it, right? And so, yeah, a lot of people are going to come to the table with Monad. Also, keep in mind that Monad uses EVM, you know, coding language, Ethereum coding language and stuff. So it's really easy for people to port over things they've already built So when they say projects like are building on Monad, are they? Or are they just projects that already built stuff that are Ethereum compatible, Ethereum virtual machine, if you will, compatible, and they're just porting over, right? Barachain is another good example of that. You go to Barachain, you'll see a lot of projects that are just honestly there because they can easily port over. If they had to actually build this a whole new, if they had to build like recode in another language their whole app and stuff, probably wouldn't have bothered porting over to a lot of them. Let's see, I want to go to categories, Monad ecosystem. Let's check this out. It's Monday and it's Mystery Monday, so it's a mystery where we're going to go and what we're going to go over. So here we are in the Monad ecosystem. Of course, these are put in list by market cap. So you're going to have a lot of wrapped assets and stable coins at the top of the list. Chainlink, again, Chainlink is not a Monad, centered coin by any means. Monad is really, if you don't look at Chainlink, Monad is really the #1 project on Monad. Go figure. Then you have folks. What I look for a lot of times when I'm rolling through these ecosystems is I kind of look for a coin that is Monad specific, right? That actually launched on Monad, is not all over the place already, or not already like a really well-known coin. Like maybe this Hold or this Hyperstition. I don't know if that's anywhere else. And then these look like meme coins like GM Monad, or I guess just G Monad, Long. Don't see a lot of crazy serious projects because look, we're going by market cap. When you get to G Monad, you're at 7 million. Nads is at 29, 50, 80. Where are the big projects that are centered around Monad? A lot of it is financial, right? Wrap Monad, SH Monad, Staked Monad. Here's Chong. Is Chong at least only? Yeah, it looks like it's only on Monad. Definitely seems like a meme. Meme NFT is the category. What I'm really trying to show here is how very new Monad's ecosystem is, and how you don't really have a lot of serious projects that are specifically built for or on Monad. So Chong emerged as one of the first memes to come out of Monad community, born from a failed AI experiment. Since then, he's grown into a symbol of Monad culture, right? We don't want to watch the video. It's a meme coin on Monad, so we don't want to spend a ton of time on that. I am kind of interested that in that Monad ecosystem, I didn't see Clanker. Did I miss Clanker? I feel like Clanker would have been one of the bigger ones, right? Let's see, what's Pixie Dust? 54 cents here for Pixie Dust. Chilling at 80 million in market cap. Neverland.money. So again, infrastructure. So one of the points that I was making earlier was the fact that when an ecosystem first rolls out, it's all about liquidity and that infrastructure DPIN, if you will, type projects and stuff that really are the most important before the other big players or other projects like gaming, right, or AI can really come in. They need the money to flow, basically. Says back to shorting Aave, $3 at a time. Hey, there you go. So Magic and Pixie Dust on Monad. Neverland is a lending protocol built on Aave's secure system. So even here, look, this is Aave's. This is really built in Aave's ecosystem. Not that there's anything wrong with tokens coming over to Monad. I mean, that's interoperability at its finest. That's that interconnectedness of blockchain and crypto that we love to see. So it is great. But when I'm really looking for a healthy ecosystem, a lot of times I want to see things that started on this ecosystem of Monad and then grew, has community in the Monad community, you know, and not just like a community from somewhere else. Like this seems like it was built on AVAX, or not AVAX, sorry, Ava. Aave. I don't know why I always want to call it Avas. It says You got it, Cam. I believe in you. Shout out to TM Hustlin'. Says it's bleeding out. Poor Ave is getting slacked. I'm like a scavenger. Yeah, get in there, Cam. Said get all that you can out of it. All right, I'm gonna move on from this. I really just wanted to pull it up to kind of show how new of an ecosystem it was, and that it doesn't really have a lot built specifically to it. I'm really surprised to see Clanker have a Monad ecosystem category tag and then not be in the Monad ecosystem category. That doesn't make any sense. So maybe there's some category things with it being new. They haven't got it all dialed in, maybe. All right, let's hop back over here. We got High Street. High Street, let's see what ecosystem this is in. So Ethereum ecosystem, blockchains, Ethereum, and BNB. It says it's GameFi. Well, that gets me excited. I love some GameFi. High Street World is a play-to-earn open-world metaverse that incorporates shopping, gaming, NFTs, and brands with an MMORPG experience. All right, where are we at? 8.3 million, and its market cap says it's been as high as 365 million. So when did this token come out? Jeez, this thing has fallen. It's at 20 cents at one point. It was at $43.94 roughly, and it's been around since the 19th of December 2021. Yikes. When I see that token generation event that high of a market cap, see that it's only at 8.3, I mean, you know, are they building something serious? Because if they're not, they're never coming back, right? 108.3 thousand followers. Pin post from October 9th only has 8.9 thousand impressions. One thing, you know, like any gaming project that's building something serious, they need time to really build out anything of any value. But this is crypto. We move fast. If you don't deliver right away, like if you're really going to build something like this out, build it in the shadows and then launch your token and have something decent to put out right before you ever launch in crypto. That's just how I feel, because otherwise we move on before you ever get the chance to really show us that you're relevant. I actually might leave this up to come back to at some point, maybe towards the end of the stream, maybe later, and let's see if that actually has a working component. Something tells me that if it had a real working I don't know, game, whatever you want to call it, that it wouldn't be in the dumpster so bad, but that's not necessarily always true. Then we have this Angelic, I'll go with that. Angelic is a narrative multiple player strategy RPG enhanced by blockchain. So it's another gaming thing trending here. Collaborative sci-fi universe. I always want to see these things do really well, and a lot of times they don't. It's unfortunate. The gaming here, like the gaming, how to say this, the big gaming communities are not drooling over the next blockchain game, right? Kind of hoping that Off the Grid really gets that going. We've been promised so many things, right? The big one that always comes to mind, when it comes to mind, because it's not happening right now. What is it? The one that was like $1,600 a coin. We were always promised that it was going to be like this big AAA game, and it never panned out. It's on the tip of my tongue. I own a couple of the coins, but I don't think they're ever going back to $1,600. Anyway, it'll come to my mind as Alluvium. Yeah, there it is. I knew it was going to come at some point. So they've raised $10 million for this Angelic. I don't know if Angelic's going to be like the name of the overall platform in the game. Angelic, the game. No. So that's the game. Here we go. And the one thing that kills me is with games, it's like a lot of things, but it's so easy to make graphics. It's so easy to make really awesome looking trailers. And by easy, I mean easy for the people who know how to do it. It wouldn't be easy for me to make a bomb game trailer. Even if it was fake, I wouldn't be able to do it, at least to the level that they are. 194,000 pinned posts from October 17th. So my point is that we're always really hoping that they're actually building something and not just like, you know, dropping a small amount of money on some people to drum up some graphics. Sometimes I really get that feeling. So basically my point here is that I really don't get excited about any game until there is a game, till I can play it and move around. That's when I'm excited, because all you can do here is join the waitlist. I mean, is that not every other like DeFi game? And don't get me wrong, there's a ton of DeFi games building right now. Some of them I'm sure are really building. Some of them I'm sure are never going to do anything, as they were probably never going to do anything from the very get-go. But I've just been here too long to get excited about any of these at this point. I'm still looking for Katana Inu to like fix their beta to where you can actually play, right? So not a whole lot to go over here. They do have a YouTube channel. I want to see how many subscribers they have here. 9.9 thousand subs. Almost 10K subs. Let's go to videos. They don't have a lot of videos. All of them look like, you know, mostly just trailers. New game lobby and captain section. New feature tease. I don't know. I wouldn't be worried about new features when you don't even have a game out. Anyways, that's what this is, Angelic. So when you see it, know what it is, right? That's kind of the point here. But a lot of these gaming, I got to believe them when I see them at this point. Shift, I believe we went over, what was it, Friday? All right. Keep clicking it. It'd be nice if it would shift over. That's hilarious. TM says, slow down, killer. Yeah, high ain't so high. You gotta be high to invest in it. That's hilarious. Panzer Dog's the high of crypto gaming. The height. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Yeah, at this point, Panzer Dog seems to be the best, most reliable DeFi gaming that's easy to play, right? There's a couple others that you have to download a whole launcher and everything for a big game, but to just hop on a web browser, play some Panzer Dogs it's nice sometimes to just be able to do that without having to worry about all these downloads. So Shift has raised 400,000. Shift is a platform that enables the representation of stock and ETF values on blockchain network through tokenization. Is anybody noticing a little bit of a pattern with what is trending, especially on Crypto Rank today? A lot of tokenization, RWA, liquidity type stuff here. Institutional liquidity, if you will. Let's go see what kind of attention they have. They haven't even raised $1 million yet, so keep that in mind. 23,000 followers is pretty much what I expected. September 8th pinned post, 55,000 impressions, some kind of affiliation with Jupiter Exchange, to the Shift Stock Alliance, Bitcoin, treasury stocks are coming to the world. Lackluster in my opinion there. Let's move on and check out the website, and doesn't want me to go to the website. And honestly, my antivirus does not block very many websites. So when it does, I don't bother to try to go there. You know, I don't bother to try to go around it. ZK Pass. And everything has got ZK in it nowadays, right? All right, checked out the chat. We're good on that. ZK Pass, ticker ZKP. 16 cents, high 16 cents. Backers like YZI Labs, which is previously Binance. ZK Pass is a ZKTLS Oracle protocol. So here we see it's an Oracle that brings private internet data verifiable on chain. Not so private anymore, right? Is that a good thing, bad thing? I don't know. Oh, a whole lot of ecosystems Scroll ecosystem. I have heard of that, but I haven't dug into Scroll. Very interesting. 33.6 million. Says the token's been out since the 19th of December, which is just 3 days ago of this year, obviously. That's why it's got us on like the 1 hour chart. And the price action looks really good on this token, I gotta say. Look at that. I love that they have the you know, all the trading view features here. All right, stay with me. So I mean, that was looking pretty nice. Would have gave you this measured move here, and you nailed it. Nailed that measured move. You can see that measured move was to like 19 cents, and we ran all the way to 20 cents. And now it kind of looks like you got the same kind of thing going there. Pumping out again. Measured move. My TA is not world class. If you want world class TA, you go to the Crypto Lifer YouTube channel, where we are at in the mornings, Monday through Friday, and the weekends we're there at night. So 17 cents is kind of where it broke out. Now it's up to, okay, so no, it broke out around 16 cents. Anyways, the point is, measure move is basically to sweep the liquidity. If you've never heard somebody talk about liquidity, and where liquidity tends to pool due to take profits and stop loss, you know, stuff like that, then that's a really cool thing to go into. Highly recommend Master Friends Trading leverage trading mastery class that's in the Crypto Lifer Discord. So you got to join that Discord first, and then you have to pay an additional just a one-time fee to get access to all of that stuff. And he really changed the way that I look at liquidity, stop losses, market makers, and stuff. Shout out to him. He's awesome. All right. And so that's ZK Pass. Did we go to the website yet? I don't think so. Private data protocol. So again, infrastructure, right? DePIN, decentralized infrastructure. Welcome to the verifiable internet. ZKP is live. ZK proof of everything. ZK serves as a seamless gateway between the private data of Web 2 and Web 3 ecosystems. A pass to anywhere, and then they're going to tout some analytics on you. ZK proofs generated 10 million plus, eco partners 80 plus, community supporters 1 million plus, and schemas, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, 300 plus. TLS, transport layer security. I was kind of wondering what that meant there. How does it work? So ZK Pass integrates decentralized MPC nodes into a three-party handshake process, if you kind of understand what that is. What is a handshake? Well, it's like verification, if you will, to oversimplify. Improving the standards TLS protocol. It allows users to log in securely and generate ZKPS locally without API access or data resource authorization. Transport layer security. That's what this TLS stands for. Again, transport layer security. A lot of times you will see things abbreviated, so you definitely want to kind of know what stuff means. Here we launched into their Web3 side of things. Still good. The more you know, the better, says TM Hustling. I definitely agree with that. So, Cato, whatever you want to call that project, verifiable reputation score, or VRS. Verify your internet footprint privately okay, just start over at that point, right? Verify your internet footprint privately and credibly with ZKTLS technology. Every proof you connect enhances your reputation score, improving your allocation priority in the upcoming Cato Launchpad. The more verifiable your identity, the stronger your position in the ecosystem. Airdrop anybody? Is that what we're talking about here? And then they have ZKP claim airdrop. So it seems to me like that's very much talking about some kind of ability to run up the airdrop. Crypto Lord, proof of attention 100, proof of humanity 90, proof of skill, proof of solvents, proof of society. This is kind of cool. Proof of creation. So kind of gives it a score and a reputation. I don't know if these are actual people or social media presence or if they're AI agents. That I don't know. Maybe a mix of both. But either way, they get a score and you can kind of see how you feel about them based off of that score. And then you got Schema Market, Adobe. And so you just have Apple, Binance, Bybit, CNN. I don't know what's going on now. This looks like some kind of like exactly what they're talking about, right? Private data being verifiable. Attestation, my ZK attestation. You have no ZK. Yeah. Attest now. I have not been involved in this. For anybody who thought that I was, I'm not. All information provided on this page is for community distribution purposes only. The allocations are determined by ZK Pass DAO and do not constitute financial advice. Yeah, that's kind of their disclaimer there. Well, this looks really interesting and looks very well put together just from, you know, a quick glance. We even have Discord on there. That's kind of interesting. Data sort of test now, so can't say that I fully understand every little bit about this. Seems like maybe you would connect and it would run through pulling your data from these things. Slightly sketchy there. I wouldn't want them to have my data. Let's be honest about that. No, thank you. All right, still caught up with that chat. Rolling in through our first hour here. And it's the holidays, guys. I know a lot of people are in the holiday, you know, environment, right? I know I am. I got a lot of family things, both like my immediate family, wife and children, and then like, you know, not extended family, but my family, aunts, uncles, all of that jazz, cousins. And there's lots of stuff to do. So trying to keep as consistent as possible here, but there's a lot of things popping up in my world that are definitely threatening to mess up our schedule all the time. So Voy, that's what I'm gonna call this. I've called it several different things. I don't know what I'm settled on, but let's go with Voy. It's at 2 cents, high 2 cents, almost 3 cents. Voy is an internet-based cross-chain perpetual DEX aggregator. So not just a DEX, but a DEX aggregator. 6.8 million in its market cap. Market cap's been as high as 41 million. Does this not just look like every chart you've ever seen in crypto right now? I'm just asking for a friend, right? Not for me. Launch day. Shoots up, comes back down, or it launches really high and drops really low and then bounces back up. Usually the other way around. Usually the latter, if you will. If you will. I feel like I've been saying that a lot. Does that sound smart and sophisticated? I hope so. So 192.4 thousand followers. July 1st. 876,000 impressions. Take it. That is that's cool. The egg is hatching or introducing Voy Volume 2. The future. Wow. Yeah, that's nice. The future is now. Just knock over the chat on my phone. Love that. AI Copilot, paper trading, ready to start trading. So I had a feeling when it said perpetual DEX aggregator that it was just, you know, another perpetual DEX, if you will. So let's hop over here. The pop-ups on Crypto Rank, they drive me nuts. All right, so it looks like any other decentralized exchange you've probably ever been on. Very simple. Let's see. Really, the biggest thing for me here are pairs, right? Now, the first thing I gotta say that I do like is that you have more than just crypto. You got the SPX here, the Euro, Tesla. So you kind of have everything on here. So you kind of have TradFi and DeFi all kind of pulled together and tradable. They have a sign-in function. Continue with a wallet. Looks like you can use MetaMask, Coinbase wallet, Rainbow. Okay, so Rainbow really making a name for itself. Soulflare, one of my favorite, probably my favorite Solana wallet there. Soulflare, Base, 1inch, 3Mint. I mean, you have a lot of different wallets here. Well, good on them for the interoperability. I mean, you can almost use this thing with just about any wallet you can think of. They have Catcoin wallet. I mean, come on now. I'm impressed. Usually when you get to the wallets, you got about, you know, on a good project, maybe 6 or 7 different wallets you can use. I mean, it's still going. Like, what wallet can you not use on this project? It's really cool. I'm not going to sign in with it just yet, but gotta say they kind of got my attention there with the being able to trade everything. What are the fees? Where do I find that information here? Support, earn, points, swap, derivative, what's new, Spotlight, Pro. They are in beta. Okay. So, and this says lighter. So you're actually okay, no. Yeah, this is BTC, USDC pair on lighter. Because it did say it was a decentralized exchange aggregator. So it's aggregating all of these different decentralized exchanges all together into one product. Do they have permission from Lighter to do that? I assume they would. Hyperliquid. I don't know. I'm kind of digging this. I've been over a ton of these. I see just the most. I've just seen like the most features kind of compiled into this that I've ever really seen. Arbitrum 1. Is that so? The whole network's on Arbitrum? That's kind of weird. And now the wallets are different. Now you can only use these wallets. So if I switch to something else, do I have a different set of wallets? There's a lot of things to I'm just messing around with this, just kind of running through this like I would if I was messing around with it by myself. Let's see. Well, when I went to the light mode and sign in, that's where you had access to so many different kinds of wallets. It's crazy. But when you go into the pro, it looks like there's a lot of difference between the light mode and the pro. But the pro feels like it has less stuff. Orderly. Then where do we go to our pairs here? Let's see how many. Yeah, you have a ton of different things that you can look at. Pretty much it seems like almost anything you could think of. Let's look at the SPX. So you have TradFi and DeFi still. Orderly, swap it to like lighter. See if you still have the SPX. Okay, you still have SPX, but you don't have as many options there. Flip over to Aster. You don't have SPX at all over on Aster, it looks like. Sorry about that. I didn't mute the mic. Wasn't fast enough. Still a little bit stuffed up. Feel like it makes me sound crazy. It is what it is. 'Tis the season. Not really sick, but yeah. Whatever's going on. Allergies. Yeah, I mean, you got Google. This is cool. I might have to mess around with this a little bit more. This has got me a little bit more interested than most other decentralized exchanges I've been on, which is saying a lot because we deep dived every decentralized exchange we could find back when Lighter and Aster were all the rage. Melissa says there are so many wallets these days. Exactly. It's because there's so many things where, like, it was wallet specific, right? Like, if you didn't have the wallet for, you know, whatever project, like, you just couldn't hold the token a lot of times when they're brand new like that. So Midnight is getting a lot of attention, of course, because it's had a lot of nice pump. I mean, look at this. Look at its chart. Especially if you kind of just don't really focus on the first day, which was the 9th of December 2025, right? It's had a 1.6 billion market cap, but I mean, it's had pretty solid price action here. I think I said earlier it looked like it was in a asymmetrical triangle. Is that the right word? Sometimes I get some of those confused, but I thought it was interesting that we said this was in the Cardano ecosystem. It does say Cardano and BNB here. Let's go look at the website. Even though I know we've done it before, we'll do it again. The architecture of freedom is rational privacy. Web3 promise freedom. Midnight restores the original promise of crypto. The network is a 4th generation blockchain built for rational privacy. No one should be forced to choose between utility and privacy. Midnight architecture enables everyone to verify the truth without exposing their personal. Feels like this is kind of the opposite of the other project that we were on. It's been a while since I've seen anything like very native to Cardano be super relevant, you know? Somebody please name me another Cardano project that is relevant, like at all. Snack, the meme coin maybe? All right. Not a Cardano hater. I own Cardano. I want to see Cardano do really, really well. Like insanely well. I just haven't really seen it yet. I don't think I have it in me to go over these coins again. We've been over those. What is this? Dawn. I haven't seen this yet. So Andrina, or Dawn, has raised 48.5 million. That's not too shabby at all. No token generation event yet. Andrina is the developer of Solana-based decentralized physical infrastructure network, or DePIN, protocol aimed at providing decentralized internet services. Okay, well that's cool. DAWN stands for Decentralized Autonomous Wireless Network. Oh, we could think of a few of these, right? What do we got? Helium. There's a lot of these, you know, connection. What do they call those? Wow, can't believe it. They're not patch networks. They're... What is it, where they're just like everybody's Wi-Fi is kind of all interconnected and it's kind of providing Wi-Fi for everybody kind of thing, but there's no like major provider, right? They're just piggybacking off of everybody's internet, you know, for lack of better terms. And so like if you get somewhere a little bit too far away from civilization, you're not going to be able to use it, right? There's a word for it, Nick. I can't think of it. It's driving me nuts. Just wanted to stop by. We still getting ready for the holidays. See you guys. No worries, TM Hustling. And like I said, everybody's kind of on that vibe right now. If you got family stuff to do, 'tis the season. We will be here. We're not going anywhere. Even if it seems like a couple of streams on the weekend we're not doing. People got Christmas parties. People getting sick during the season. I stand by the fact that I'm not sick. I'm just kind of stuffy from like allergies or something like that. But yeah, everybody do your thing. I always want you to come to the channel, of course, because that's what makes it fun doing what I do. So keep that in mind. But I absolutely understand if you got to miss a show or a couple of shows. Nobody owes me nothing, of course. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. And will I stream on Christmas? Probably not. I mean, who's going to come watch on Christmas? Put something in the chat. Put a 111 in the chat if you had every intention of coming to the 8:30 p.m. New York time show on Christmas. Maybe if there's enough of you, I would have a Christmas stream. But we're a really small channel. I know that after a while, it'll probably be mandatory for me to do Christmas streams and stuff like that. So who knows? I might just enjoy it this year when I can still get away with not having to do one. But if there was enough excitement or, you know, just enough people who would come to the stream, I'd probably do one. But I think it's kind of more important that people, you know, enjoy their family and Christmas and whatever they got going on. Enjoy your in-laws, right? People are probably like, no, screw that. I don't know, why is it so stereotypical to not like your in-laws? I don't really have in-laws, so. I mean, I do, but it's not like I have to ever really see them much or deal with them, so. Yes, we are kind of winding down. Really just wanted to show face today and kind of go over whatever was trending, make sure we're kind of keeping up with it, as I didn't really get to stream over the weekend. It is what it is. I wasn't expecting to not have a Sunday night show, personally. I totally forgot about the family Christmas party. And nobody was surprised that I forgot about it. Let's put it that way. Just going to play this to wind down for a couple of minutes. I feel like we've been over quite a bit here. And there will be more interesting thing. I think this week we're going to bring a couple of topics back that we haven't been over in a while, like RWA deep dive, ecosystem deep dives. Like, I think kicking off the year, I think I'm going to kind of dial back a little bit on the really intense kind of techie stuff. So maybe some of you guys feel like it's intense. Maybe some of you guys don't really feel like it's all that intense. Don't worry, we're still going to do a lot of that stuff. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of those topics that bring in a lot of your everyday people. Like, you start talking about Ondo and RWA and stuff like that, and you get a lot of people's attention. And I'd like to kind of do that for a little bit in the beginning of the year, and then we'll kind of get back to the more intricate stuff, see if we can draw a few more people into the stream, which is, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to hang out with just the core people, we gotta try to kind of bring a few more people into the channel. Come on, I'm getting cooked. Finally, some speed here. Guess let's go ahead and get these upgrades. More speed for sure. More projectiles, yep. More projectiles. There we go, now we're cooking. I feel like I could beat the boss with this speed now. Hopefully they do some kind of airdrop or something with this for how much time I've messed around playing it. From the get-go, I bought the pass or whatever, the gaming pass. To actually get airdrop points, you had to drop like a little $5 or something to even get any of the points. So hopefully that's not in vain. They have been upgrading it. At least I like to see at least some kind of things going on. At least we got a little Christmas theme going on. That's pretty cool. And I hope it's kind of worth our time. With any airdrop, though, you're gambling. You never know if they're actually going to give you anything. I mean, look how disappointing the Dark Star airdrop or game was. That was pretty disappointing. Still, I think nothing on that front. I wouldn't expect anything at this point. It kind of is what it is. But that's what happens when you're dealing with like a new and an emerging ecosystem, market, whatever you want to call it, technology. I mean, it really fits all of those different descriptions, right? All right, we got the final boss in here. Can I survive the final boss? And you got little daily quests here, so it's like really what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get those daily quests for those points that'll hopefully ultimately translate into airdrop. Will the coin be worth anything? What is Palau worth right now? I have absolutely no idea. All right, let's hit some more speed. Now we fast. Super fast, boy. Oh yeah, now I'm trying to get myself killed messing around here. Yeah, it looks like we got this one in the bag. Famous last words, if you will. And I believe that Blues guy, he was playing a show tonight. I think he'll be live at some point. I'm going to make a point to watch that. Maybe I will drop it in, if he doesn't drop it in the Discord. There we go, we got it. If he doesn't drop it in the Discord, I'll probably drop it in the Discord. I think we should all try to support him, as he's been absolutely awesome at supporting the channel and interacting with everybody. You know, he's always a delight to have with us. So if you get the chance, maybe watch, like, drop a comment on his live stream. If it helps him out, that would be awesome. Let's see, did we get any of our quests done here? Yeah, we got a few done. All right, over 300,000 little trophy points. And let's just hope that that pans out to something. All right, guys. Well, 'tis the season. I'm going to hop out. Everybody enjoy your night. I will be around, so I'll be, you know, pretty active in the Discord if anybody, or I can be active in the Discord if anybody wants to chat or say anything, hop in the voice channel, anything like that. Hit me up. Let me know. Was a successful Mystery Monday, just looking over what's trending and going over new tokens to make sure that we are on top of what is going on. And with that, everybody have a great night. Stay underground, stay crypto, and again, hit me up in the Discord if you need me. Link to the Discord in the chat. Have a great night, everybody. Crypto Ron out.